Woohoo! Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me correctly. I decided to put the chat because you all are amazing. Thank you, Niket. I was talking to you on the chat right now. Um, I love to talk to people who are watching me live. So keep them coming. Send me your stuff. And I am happy to talk to you right now. Hi, this is my first Code Live. My name is Alex. And hold on, I'm supposed to put the thing there. Alex Martinez. I am a senior developer advocate for the MuleSoft side. I thought it was Sarah. No, it's not Sarah. It's Alex. Hi. All right. Yes. So I am new to codeLive, but I have been doing a lot of live stream for the past 2 years, 1 year and a half, something like that. So I really enjoy them. I really, really, really like to do live streams. And here I am with you all beautiful people. I hope you like my style. It may be a little bit different. I like to be a little bit more fun. So yeah, just write whatever you want to tell me. You can also send me your questions about MuleSoft, stuff like that. I am happy to help you all. And also, I just quickly wanted to tell you, talking about Twitch and live streams and stuff, you can follow our MuleSoft community on Twitch by going to twitch.tv/MuleSoft_community. We also do live streams on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Twitch. Those four. We're just missing YouTube. But yes, we are there. So you can find us. I normally stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. So you will have to check that. Your videos on ProsDev are great. Aw, thank you, Niket. Really appreciate it. All right, so let's get this party started. And today I will talk to you about DataWeave because that is my favorite topic to talk about ever. So let me share my screen. Ta-da. Awesome. So if you go to dataweave.mulesoft.com, you will get to this beautiful landing page that the DataWeave team created for us. And here you can find basically everything, like all the links related to DataWeave. If you don't know what DataWeave is a transformation language that we use here in MuleSoft. It is beautiful, and as you can see here, it's designed for data transformation. It's a functional programming language that you can run in several ways. And there's a blog post coming about that from me. So this is basically how it looks like. As you can see, you have a JSON input, and then using this very simple DataWeave script, you can transform all of it into a CSV. Super easy. You can also open this example in the playground. And here you can see some more stuff. You can learn the fundamentals by going to this tutorial. This is super cool. It's a interactive tutorial. So here you can read the intro, you can click on next, you can see different stuff. For example, if we go here to strings, there is a DataWeave string in the output, and then there are exercises. For example, use type of to produce string instead. So if you put here type of and you put it like this, it worked, and it tells you, yay, you got the right answer. So this is super cool. If you want to learn DataWeave, you can go to that interactive tutorial. You can also run it in the CLI. So there is a DataWeave CLI. And what we are going to see today, which is the one that I love the most, is to using DataWeave in VSCode. You can also join our community. You can ask questions in Stack Overflow. This is perfect for any transformation questions, like you're trying to do some input into some output, but you can't for some reason. So you can ask that question here in Stack Overflow, and people are going to come and answer you immediately. Well, maybe not immediately, but they're super good. There's also the Slack, which is free and open for anyone that wants to come and ask questions about DataWeave. And there's also the GitHub repo to raise issues or ask any more questions, or maybe even like create pull requests and stuff like that. All right, so there you have it. There's also the playground here. If you see on the top, playground, you can also try to do your own transformations here on this online playground, so you can play around with it, whatever you want to do. Here are the inputs, you can change the types, and here's the script, and here's the output. So it's pretty cool. You can do basically everything that you can do here in the playground. You can also do it in the VSCode extension, with the VSCode extension. So we're gonna learn that today. All right. So remember, go to dataweave.mulesoft.com, check it out. It's cool. And you can also use it in Apex. So that's also nice. And if you go to this page right here, you can also find the link here, but I'm going to put it in the chat because why not? And there you can install this. This is the DataWeave 2.0. It is in a beta version, but it is super useful. So I would recommend you use it for your everyday stuff. I am going to go through that in a moment, but I just wanted to mention really quick that you do have to install Java 8 or 11 and Apache Maven. So I would recommend you to use Java 8 because I have seen some people struggling with Java 11 for some reason. So if you can just install Java 8 and Maven, that would be neat. Also, make sure you have the latest version of Visual Studio Code because sometimes there are discrepancies, so it's better if you have it like that. All right, so there's that. Now, if I go to my VS Code, I already have it installed, but I wanted to show you. If you look for DataWeave, you will find this DataWeave 2.0 beta created by MuleSoft Inc. So install that one. And again, make sure you have Java 8 and Maven installed. Otherwise, these will not run correctly. So there we have it. What can we do with this, you ask? So first of all, I will create a new DataWeave, a new library project. So you can create several stuff, but the first way, like the first thing you have to do is to create a new library project. So let's do that. Sure. Sure. Let's do example project 3 because I think I already have other example projects. And let's put this in downloads. It will show. Oh, it's asking me. Do you want to open in a new window? No, just keep it here. All right, here we have it. So this is what it creates. It creates a POM because this is using Maven. And here we have, what just happened? Okay, here we have main and tests. So in main, I think we have the same structure. Yeah, we have DW resources under main and under test. The differences are that when or if you want to use this DataWeave library in a Mule project, then only the things in main are going to be able to appear to you. So this is where you want to keep your modules. And if you want to keep any transformations that you want to reuse inside your Mule application, then they also go in main. Otherwise, it's advised that you use tests. So that's why here we have my mapping example here on test and not on main. But in main, we have a module. I don't want to go into that much detail, so I will not be using this from a Mule application. I will just be using it from here. So let's see. If I go to the example mapping that is created right here, this is already telling me some stuff. I'm just going to remove that. And this is importing the module that we had there called my module. I hope you can all see. So I'm going to remove that and I'm just going to put 1. There's that. So if I run this here, it will just run just the one, because I'm just outputting a one. I'm gonna make this smaller. I can also put here hello, oops, hello world, and run this, and I will see the hello world, right? So it's kind of just running the thing. But the main difference with the playground, if we want to go back there, if I do one, it will immediately output the result. Hello world, right? As I'm typing it, it is outputting the result. So how can we do that? You simply have to right click here and select enable auto preview, and that will do it for you. So now we will have the same functionality if we say one, if we say hello world, world, we will have it. It will be almost immediately. It is not as quick as the playground, but it's like some milliseconds after, so it's fine. Uh, why did they decide to leave that as an option? Because sometimes people just like to work on the run transformation without being disturbed. Because sometimes there are huge transformations that may take a lot of time. So you don't want it to be producing the output every time that you're making like a little change. So that's why this is the default. You just run it. But you can also just enable auto preview, and that is fine. It will give you the same functionality that the playground does. Also, you can kind of move things around here, so that's even cooler for me. What's that? Hello there, DataWeave has been pretty interesting topic for transformation. It is. I love it. Every time that you have a DataWeave question, please come to me. I may not have all the answers, but I will definitely tell you where to find them. VSCode Extension School. Yes, I absolutely love it. All right, so the other thing that we can see right now different is that here we have an input payload, right, that says hello world, and in the VSCode we don't have that. So I'm gonna copy this. Then if I go back here, I simply have to click here, define sample data, and this will create a new payload for me. In this case, I do want it to be JSON, so let's leave it like that. And now we have our JSON payload right here. So, oh, it already created the hello world. So I can also rearrange these to make it look like the DataWeave playground. And there you go. So if you do payload, oh, I disabled. Oh no, I have it enabled. What? All right. There you go, the hello world. If I do dot message, then I will have the hello world. So now we have exactly the same functionality that we were having. Is this extension beta on VS Code? It is, technically. But as I was saying, like, it already has kind of all the functionality, so you can just use it. I give you my seal of approval that you can use it even though it's in beta. So, yes, you now have all the functionality from the playground. So, this is why I love this. And look at these colors. I can just choose my own colors because it's VS Code and I can use any theme that I want, which is a huge thing for me. I love colors. And I can also just keep it like this if like my input is not really changing and I'm just changing the transformation, I can just keep this view. So it's perfect. All right, let me disable the auto preview for now. The other beautiful, beautiful thing about this is that you can debug your code, which is amazing. Because here in the playground, you can't really debug your code. Even if you're creating a Mule application and you debug your Mule application, you will be doing exactly that. Debugging your Mule application, not your DataWeave script. So I'm sure you would want to go like line by line. So for example, let's do 1, 2, 3, and then we do a reduce, and then we say this plus this. So it's 6. It's basically summing. Let me make this bigger. is 1 plus 2, and then the result plus 3, and we have 6. That's basically what is happening. But maybe you want to see step by step. So there is no way here that you can do that. There is a log function that you can use. So for example, if you wanted to do this log, so you are logging what double dollar sign means, you can click here on log viewer at the bottom, and you will be able to see 1 and 3, for example. Map filter reduce is such an awesome feature like most languages provide. Yeah, those are the most used ones, I think. So you can see that. You can also say, for example, double dollar sign, comma, and now you will be outputting that, or here, let's say log, single dollar sign. And now you will be outputting double dollar sign, single dollar sign, and you can see what they mean at that time. I think I can also do this. I just have to escape them. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. That looks better. All right, so here, like, there is like this kind of workaround where you can log what's happening. So double dollar sign first is 1, then this is 2, so the result is going to be 3, and then 3 plus 3, and the result is going to be 6, which we have here. I wonder if I can even log this whole thing. Oh, I can. Okay, so result. Okay, so now I'm doing double dollar sign is 1, dollar sign is 2, and result is 3. So 1 plus 2 is 3. And then we have double dollar sign is 3 because it's the result. And then 3, so 3 plus 3 is 6. This is what's happening. I can also put more numbers here, 4, 5, and we will keep seeing here stuff. So result is 6, and then 6 plus 4, 10, and then 10 plus 5, and the final result is 15. Map and reduce it to number 1, number 2, number 3, and result is 6. Oh, you want me to do that? Yeah, sure. Why not? So reduce, map and reduce. So you want me to first do the first do the map and then do the reduce? Huh, that is an interesting. Okay, I will get back to that. Let me just finish this point that I'm doing, and I will definitely go back to that. That sounds like fun. Okay. So if I put this here and I save it, once I run it, I will also be able to see the console, the log that we were just seeing, right? We have the double dollar sign 1, the single dollar sign 2, the result is 3, and so on, 6, 10, 15. So it continues, like it does work. You just have to use here the output instead of using here the log viewer. But it looks kind of dirty, right? We have a lot of logs, and then what if we don't want to log anymore? Like we just want to remove the logs. Is DataWeave in Apex beta? Yes, it is. I don't have a lot of information on DataWeave in Apex, but I can for sure connect you with the people if you want to learn more about that. So yes, feel free to hit me up in LinkedIn. I will be happy to help you on that. So we will not be doing the log. What if there is another way? And there is another way you can debug stuff. So if we go back to having this thing, and then we run it, now we won't have the output because we are not using the log. But what we can do now is that we can debug. So let me just put this in different, yeah, just so we can see kind of the difference. So let me put a breakpoint right here, and then we can click on run mapping from here. So let me close the output, run mapping, and it starts running. Now it started. So it is here in the debug part. And then if we want to step into, now we are at the reduce, and if we step there again, now we will be able to see the variables here, and we don't even have to use the log function. So we have $$ is 1 and $$ is 2, and then we can continue. Now this is 3, 3. Now this is 6, 4, and so on. So at the end, we have the reduce result 15. So that's another useful way to do that. All right, we have some stuff in the chat. Let's see. Oh, I can only see the new comments. Okay, never mind. We'll definitely try to do something more sophisticated at school to avoid the endless casting in Apex map of string and object. If you have several nested level, it will be rather painful in Apex. Oh, well, I didn't know that. That's cool. So let me try to do what you said. You wanted to export to map number 2, 1, 3, and result is 6. Oh, okay. So let me try to do that. That sounds fun. So first, I guess, well, the easy way to do this would be to do a variable r containing this thing, and then I can say r map, and this should be a string. I think we can even use r join by, and then say, let me put this here, enable our preview. So what was it? Number? Yeah. Number. No, that won't work. Or wasn't I? Couldn't I use a lambda here? No, it's just a separator. Okay. No, then let's do the map. Or actually reduce. Yeah, you're right. Our reduce, we have item accumulator. Accumulator is going to be an empty string. And then we will do number. So accumulator plus plus number. Yes, plus plus item. Plus plus space. Okay, we can make this better. Let's do this. What was the... Oh yeah, I remember. It's double quotes, and then we say accumulator number, and then item. Yes, perfect. Number 1, number 2, number 3. We can even put a comma here. Yeah, that looks good. So number 1, this is going to give me a warning. Let's just do a string. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Or without comma. And then result is 6. Yeah. So we do that. And then how would I go to put the result? Can I do it inside this reduce, or would I have to create another reduce? That's a great question. So if I do reduce, it will be for everyone. Maybe I would have to choose another one. That is a nice transformation question. I will get back to you. It looks awesome. So let me just put a note. And yeah, another reduce is needed, right? Yeah, okay. I was trying to do it in the same reduce, but that's fine. Why is there... Oh, okay. And then reduce. Oh, but we will have. Oh, wait. Var string. This would have to be here. Yes, because then I would need the result, or var result equals array reduce. Yeah, so now result will be 6. And if we just do this thing, and then we just append result as string. Yep. Number 1, number 2, number 3, result 6. And even if we want to remove this, we can also do then trim, and that works. Huh, that was fun. Is there a filter function? Yes, there is a filter function. You can use it, I think, with any array. Philippe is delivering a session on using DataWeave with Apex to transform data in North Africa Dreaming. Can we have a session on this topic on this channel also? I guess. Yeah, I know people from the MuleSoft community that have used Apex and DataWeave. I am not a Salesforce developer, so I really have no idea how to use DataWeave in Apex because I don't know Apex. But for sure, I think I can get some community members to sign up for that. All right, cool. So there's that. You know what? Let's try to check it out. Let's debug this thing to see how it works. Run mapping. All right. So array, or R, is 1, 2, 3. Result is 6 because it already went through the variables. Then the accumulator is empty and the item is 1. Now accumulator is number 1, item is 2. And now it continues, item is 3. And we end up with the final result. And then we have the plus plus. So we concatenate the number 6. And then it does the trim. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Okay. And that's the final thing. Yeah, this is cool. I really like to debug DataWeave code because it's just so fun. Especially if you have like huge stuff. For example, I was trying to create a battle snake with DataWeave, and it was super, super awesome. Extremely clear and satisfying. It is, right? I love it. Yes, so if you haven't tried Battlesnake, you can try it out. Oh, and you can also use here run expressions right here. So let me try that again so you can see what this is for. I don't normally use this, but you can also use it. Oh, what? No coercion available from number to string result a string. Let me put this in parentheses. Maybe that was the issue. Disable our preview, save, run. Oh, but it was working just some moments ago. I always manage to break everything that I'm doing. Yesterday, I was on a live stream and my camera broke twice. Like it just didn't want to work, and I had to disconnect everything and connect it again, and it broke again. I don't know how I do that, but okay, that's all right. You can just check it out for yourself, and it's super, super cool. There are a ton of things that you can do here with this. Here you can see all of the features. You can do validations, completions, extract variable, formatting, which I think is super cool. Highlight, you can even run tests, bad run tests. That's black box, automated testing, live preview, quick fixes, run debug. Quick fixes is also a cool one because I always forget to import stuff. So, for example, what is one? Ooh, map leaf values. And this doesn't exist on its own. So if I do quick fix, so command dot, then it tells me you can import the maplif values function from DWUtil tree. So if I click on it, it will do the import for me, which I always struggle with because I always forget like from what module they come from. So that's cool. Expect all things while live streaming. Yes. Yes. And I believe this functionality is not available in the DataWeave Playground. Let me check. Map leaf values. Yeah, it just tells me that it doesn't exist. But I can do import from, and then it will tell me like, okay, what do you want to use? And I can select values and it's there. You can also use here API reference. If you forget something, you can click here and you can see like some of the for example, POW, how to use POW. There are some examples that you can use. I don't normally use this API reference, to be honest. I prefer to go to the docs directly, but there's also there if you think that's useful for you. But yeah, this is super cool. I really like it. For example, let's say stir plus plus one, and then it's going to tell me, hey, this doesn't exist. So there's a quick fix, create a variable str. So I create it and it's just like waiting for me. This is also a nice syntax in DataWeave. If you have not implemented something, but you kind of want to be able to run the code, you can put 3 question marks and it will be able to be there. So for example, if I don't use string at all and I just run this, what? Okay, well, live stream stuff. Never mind then. What if I save? Nope. Okay, well, never mind. This was not supposed to happen. But yes, you can also do that and you can see that there are no issues. And if I don't put anything here, there will be issues. It won't even continue like the formatting. So yeah, you can also use that. And then here, for example, you can extract this variable as local scope, global scope, or extract a function. If I extract a function, my function, then it will extract it and put it here automatically. So that's super cool. It definitely lets you have less stuff. And it can also generate the DataWeave documentation. So if you are creating a whole DataWeave library, you can create the documentation right from here. For example, if I click on it, describes a my function purpose example, and here you would put an example or a description of the example. Here's the source. So here you would also put more code and the output, and it would look like in the docs. So if I go to the docs, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Language guide, selectors. Here. So here we have the source and here we have the output. And that is what you would be putting here. Here we have the source and here we have the output. So that's cool. How does global scope work? Okay, so the difference is that everything that you have here above these three lines, this is all global stuff that you can reuse in the rest of your script. But local scopes are inside scopes that you create in this part right here. So for example, let's create some variables. If I do var global var equals 1, global var, then this is, I can reuse, oh, what? Why are you still, oh, I still have that. you can reuse this global bar anywhere in your script. But if I do something like, let's go back to 1, 2, 3 and do a map. No, there. And if I do this as string and then plus plus global bar, so you can still reuse the global bar, it will end up like this. But what if I want to create another function inside here? So let me remove this, do another variable, sorry. I can do var, local var 2. And then this basically creates a whole new script. So you still have to put these 3 lines and then continue using this thing. So if I put here global bar now we will be using the local var. And if I wanted to use the local var outside of that scope, then I wouldn't be able to do that. So if I do plus, let's say 2, what just happened? What? I don't know what's happening anymore. What if I do then plus A S? Okay, there you go. So if I want to add this here, and if I add here global var, it will be able to be added. But if I add local var, it doesn't exist anymore because it's outside of the scope. So that's the difference. You can create scopes with the keyword do, which is super cool. You can also use the keyword using, but I think that was more for Mule 3, and all of us are using Mule 4 now. So it's just better if you get used to the do. And you can keep doing more stuff here if you wanted to, like, but it will look awful, but you can. Local var 2 equals 3 dot 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 local var 2. So you can also keep doing that, but it doesn't look good to have that many localized scopes. So I would advise you to keep it at the minimum that you can. So maybe just 1. Try not to do more. I am going to try this definitely to manipulate my JSON result from Apex call, which is heavily nested JSON, to make it simpler with one level and exact fields I need. Extremely helpful for transformations. Yes. Yes, definitely. I know. Where is Edgar Moran when you need him? Edgar Moran, Apex, DataWeave. There. Testing DataWeave in Apex. So Edgar is one of the few people that I know that is super good in Salesforce and in MuleSoft. So if you need anything from Salesforce and MuleSoft integrations, Edgar is your person to go to. And he here created like the whole thing so you can use it. And I believe there's some Apex code here. Yeah, there's some Apex code here so you can use the DataWeave scripts and stuff like that. So you can maybe try that one. Let me put it in the chat so you can check it out. But yes, it's so easy to do. Whatever you need from DataWeave transformations, let me know. I may not be able to help you with Apex, but I will definitely be able to help you with the DataWeave code. So please let me know. Or you can also just post it on the Stack Overflow place, just using the tag DataWeave. I think that's good enough. And people will help you with the transformation. So yeah, you can also do that. And yes, DataWeave is super easy for transformation stuff. So I also wanted to show you, where is my, here. In my GitHub repo, so github.com/Alexandra Martinez, I have a ton of DataWeave stuff. So if you go scroll down until you see here DataWeave, and here I have some scripts that you can see if you want to just see what is possible to do with DataWeave. I have Advent of Code 2022. Some of them I didn't finish all of it. I also have some DataWeave scripts that I have created that you can see. I really like this one. So here you can see the table of contents, and just go and check them out. You can open them in the DataWeave playground. So just click on the button there and it will automatically open here in the playground. So you can see the transformation live and you can play with it. Um, there is also the DataWeave challenges. Well, not that one. And in my Mule apps, I have the Mule Battle Snake, which is what I was telling you about, that I tried to do a whole game, I guess, with DataWeave, and that one is big. Mule. No, where did I have my beta resource? Yes, resources DW. Snake. So this is a big transformation. It's not the biggest that I've seen. I have seen way bigger transformations. But here is an example of a more complex transformation stuff. I also use lazy a lot, this lazy annotation, because it basically tells the code, do not run this unless you have to. And now that I think about it, that would have been useful with what I was trying to do here before. I had this thing and it did not run. So if I do lazy, like that, yes, now it works. Because now it's saying, hey, don't try to run this global variable unless you really, really have to. And because I'm not using it in my script, well, it's not really running it. So it doesn't really matter that there's nothing here implemented. But if I were to call it, then I would have issues saying like, hey, this is not implemented yet. So yes, that is also a nice thing that I love to use a lot, especially with big stuff like this one. So yeah, there you have it. There are some links, there are some stuff, and we have just like 3 minutes left. So please let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything else that you want me to try. Feel free to just add me on LinkedIn. Just send me a request. I will accept it, and we can chat there. I also have a Discord if you want me to talk there. The easiest is just from LinkedIn. But yes, if there are not any questions, then I will continue just blubbering about stuff. But I did want to show you, where is that thing? There. So just please remember to go to our twitch.tv/MuleSoft_community so you can see all of our live streams there. Let me put the chat here so I can see if anyone says something. And also, awesome session as always. Thank you. And also, you can go to the MuleSoft Trailblazer group. So I don't think you're gonna be able to click that or write it because there's a lot of characters there. But I'm sure you can just search for it as MuleSoft Trailblazer group. I love your MuleSoft videos as well. Oh, thank you so much. All right. So yeah, wait. Do we still have time? Am I not? At what time does this end? I think I'm confused. No, it ends at. We started at 12:45, so we end at 1:45. 1:45. I'm confused. Okay. Well, I will. I will. Let me see if. Well, I'm not sure now. You all know at what time this is supposed to end. I thought it was 1:30, but now I think that I still have 15 minutes left. Show us something cool for 15 more minutes. Okay, we can do that. Okay, let's do that. I'm not used to doing stuff in quarters, like quarter to two. Yes. So let me take off the chat now. Okay, what can I show you? Oh, I know what is cool. Let's do the DataWeave scripts. There is this cool thing that is not in the docs that I really love. Let's do infinite count. So let me just copy the script and put it here. All right, so before I run this is disabled. Okay, let me explain what's happening. We can go through some of the existing scripts. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so this is super cool. I love this. I've had some issues using it because it's kind of complex, but here we go. So we have a function, infinite count from, and it accepts one parameter, starting number. So the number where we want to start counting, basically. And this function is going to return an array of numbers, right? Makes sense from now. And then this is the syntax that is just so weird, I guess, because we have here the starting number. So this parameter is going to be the head of the array that we are going to create. And then we are using this. Oh, also notice that we are putting everything in square brackets as if it were an array. So we put here the head, which is a parameter that comes from the function. Then we're using this little character. I don't know what that name is. And then we are putting the tail of the array. And the tail of the array is basically calling the same function again, like a recursive function. And we are sending the starting number plus one. So basically, this is concatenating, like we start with the first number, in this case is 0. And then we will go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Tilde. Tilde? Is that how you pronounce? Thank you. All right, so that is the awesome thing. Like, this is infinite, right? Because it never ends. There is no condition here saying where to end. It will just continue doing the stuff. But because this syntax is supposed to be a lazy evaluation kind of thing, as I showed you the lazy thing earlier, it doesn't have to actually finish running. It will just run however, like whatever it needs to run. So for example, if I were to run it like this, it would never stop because it's infinite. It will just start from 0 and it will never stop. But if I put here 1 to 10, I would then extract the numbers from the index 1 to the index 10. So it would be the numbers 1 to 10, because index 0 is 0. And that is the only things that are gonna be running. It will not run infinitely. It will just run from 1 to 10, because that's what I'm saying here. So if I run this, it will not get stuck. It will just run 1 to 10, right? Which is amazing for me. Also, if I change this to, let's say, 10, it will also change. Like, it will now start from 10 and then 11, 12, blah, blah, blah. Or I can also start from 0 and go from 1 to 5. And that's how it runs. So yes, start from index 0 and fill it up with 1 to 10. Yes. But if I were to remove this from here, this will never stop running. And that's the beautiful, beautiful thing. So if I run this, I will run it because I will do this for science. So this is now running preview, and it will never stop because I'm not extracting any index. So I'm just running this from 0 to the eternity. So this will never stop running. All right, so I did that. Now I have to quit it and restart it. Can we do even number though, or any logic whatsoever? Yes, of course we can. Let's try that. Let me reopen Visual Studio Code because I broke it. Okay, got it. Got it? Yes, got it. O plus 2 instead, load. All right, so if we do again 1 to 10, now this works again. Perfect. And now you wanted me to do, yes, yes, exactly, here, 2, and it would do 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. Yes, exactly. Well, that is one example of the head and tails constructor was the name of the thing. Hold on. Yeah, head and tail constructor. Here is the whole explanation of that. We also have here another one. Yes. So this is doing the count. It starts with 3, and then it's saying if count is minor, less or equal to 1, then return count. Else count, oh, and then count becomes the head, and then count all becomes the tail, so count minus 1. So in this case, it will stop. Yes, 3, 2, 1. Because I am saying here that I wanted to get until 1, but then I can do like 10, for example, and it will go from 10 to 1. I can also change this to be to 0, and it will be from 10 to 0 or from 2 to 0 and so on. So there is another syntax that you can use. This is stopping, as I was saying, because there is an if else. In the other one, we didn't have any condition. So that's cool. And then it's just returning the count here after it encounters data limit, which is 0. Or you can also send the limit here if you want. You can make it different ways. The point is that here you are using the syntax of head and tails. So you have the head is count and the tails is recalling the same thing. Wait, did I try this before? Hold on. If I do 300, oh, it works. Because if you didn't know about this, DataWeave has a limit of recursion, which is 255. So if you reach the 155 recursions, then you are done. But this, because this is a lazy evaluation, I think it becomes kind of like a tail recursion issue. Did I explain that here? Oh, yeah. Because this syntax is a lazy evaluation, you won't receive the Stack Overflow error. Yes, I did explain it. So I can also explain what I mean by that. Recursive functions. No, but do I have a tail recursive about summing stuff? No. Okay. Let's do it. If I do fun, sum, and then I do number equals, and then do number plus sum, number plus 1. That should be good enough. So sum 3. Oh, what? I didn't put the if. Sorry. And number plus 1, number minus 1. And then if number reaches 0, then return. No, wait. That's not how it's supposed to go. Wait. 150 depth of recursion, but if lazy evaluated can be more, it seems. Yes, exactly. But it's not 150, it's 252. Where is the thing? Some recursion versus tail recursive. DataWeave. DataWeave. All of my videos. But I just want the regular thing. Maybe here. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, here it is. Recursive sum. Okay, this is the code. Can I just copy the code? No, I can't. Oh, here it is. Okay, perfect. No, this is the tail recursive. I just want to copy the code. I don't want to do it by myself. Okay, I think this one. Nope. Oh, well, I'm going to have to do it by myself. So font, recursive sum, and number if n is more than 0, n plus recursive sum, n plus sum. N minus 1. Well, let's change this to n. N minus 1, else 0. Okay, that's what I wanted, else 0. Okay, okay. Now, if we have 3, we do 1 plus 2 plus 3. If we do 5, we will end up with 15. Yes, that is what I was trying to do. So now, if we do 254, it will work. But if we do 255, it will not work. Now we have the Stack Overflow because we reached the max stack. And if I try to do 300, it will not work. Yes. So the thing is to use the tail recursive stuff, which is this other function right here. And or I can actually just leave it there. Let's just name this tsum, and put the else down, put this here. Okay. So now we are receiving n and r, which is the result. And the result will start with 0. So let me make this more descriptive. So it starts the same, but then here, instead of doing the actual summation here and then calling for the next number, we are just finishing this function and calling the next one. So now we're doing n minus 1, as we were doing right here. And then we are sending the result, which is result plus n. So now, let me try this again. 2 and 54, it works. If I run 5, it will return 15. So it's all good. And then if I do 300, what? Oh, because I'm I'm calling sum. Sorry, tsum. There. If I run 300, now it works. Because now we're using tail recursive function instead of regular recursive function. So the beautiful thing about using the head and tails thing is that you can also do that with this other syntax. So you can also end up doing the same thing and you will still have a result. Oh, I didn't sum it with that one, but oh well, you understood. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing about using recursion. But the regular recursion and tail recursive, I always try to use tail recursive. So if you even check here, I do have one recursive function, which is get children, because there was no way that I could make this a tail recursive function. I tried, but I couldn't. So here, this is our input. We have just an array of objects, but it says parent, child, name, and level. So at the end, we needed to create kind of this structure saying parent, name, and then children would be here inside. So name, children, and then name, because this one has no children. So in order for me to create this structure that would be nested arrays inside of arrays and arrays and arrays, the only way that I could see was to use recursiveness and not tail recursive. I just couldn't do it. So this is basically what I came up with. The first parent is just going to be, I think yes, I took the first one. I ordered them first. So payload order by level. And there was only going to be one level 1, which is the first parent. So then I took the first one and I put it here as parent and the name of the parent. And then in children, we call get children with the items and the parent item. And since we are already ordered by level, then I just have to go one by one. So I think I'm out of time, but here I created the scope, as I told you, using the do. And then here I have two variables to get the parent level and then to get this level filtered. And then this is using the filter. It's saying that the level has to be has to be 1 over the parent level. So we had parent level 1, the next one has to be parent level 2. And also the parent has to match the child, because we have here child 222 and we have here parent 222. So if this is empty, then return null. And if it's not empty, then I think call it again or create this thing again. Yeah, and call the get children again. So it continues being a recursive function. And I also use the skip on null here everywhere because I am returning some nulls. So if I took this out, this structure changes. So now we have children null. And we didn't want that. So now I put that there and it just removes all of the nulls basically. So yes, that's the only recursive function so far that I haven't been able to make it a tail recursive function. Maybe this can be transformed to head and tails constructor. I don't know. Maybe. I haven't tried, I think. But it looks like that would be something that we might be able to do. But oh well. I still have to check that. All right. So now I'm done. Let me put the chat here again. I hope that was really useful. I see people already saying that it was useful. So thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you like my content. Please let me know if you want me to do something else, if you want me to do another codeLive. Remember, let us know if you figure it out. Yes, I will definitely upload it to my GitHub repo if I figure it out. All right. Yes, remember to follow us in Twitch. I would really appreciate it because we stream there a lot, like twice a week. So you can see us there watching. I will see you hopefully. The next one is on August 1st at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You can check there for your own time zones. All right. Thank you so much. I'm glad you liked it. And that's all then. Bye, everyone.